Right. Alrighty, I will let Jamie know that I'm here. Hi, Nicholas Jewelry Box. Welcome in. I think you were my first viewer. Hey, Jamie. Jamie, I had connectivity issues. I don't know. Jen. So I started it and stopped it and couldn't jump in again. So yes. Hello, everybody. Hi, Harlow 3. Welcome in. If you guys are here, please say hello. That really helps with the algorithm. It helps, to let district know to promote this for other jewelry addicts to join in and see what's going on, to see like, okay, there's a bunch of people. What's going on? Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you, Debbie? I can't wait to show you guys this. This is from Elsie. I hope she pops in. It's the coolest thing I've bought in like forever. So I'm holding it. I wanted to wear it tonight, but I didn't realize how big of a brooch it was. So I don't know if it's going to actually last there. Me too. I love my owl as well. So guys, we are late nighting for me. 8 p.m. EST is late night for me. And Jamie's going to start tagging a bunch of people that just joined Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So if you are here and you are a new member, don't be shy. Say hello, especially if you've never said hello before. I will say this a few times tonight. I'm Samantha, founder of Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And what we have started to do is a bi-weekly onboarding and just welcome meet and greet where you guys can hear from me, hopefully ask questions. No dumb questions. I always say that I'm a broken record. I will answer any questions because sometimes things are not clear. I admit that. So it's like, oh, how do I join a train? Or how do I become a seller? Or can I join a train? I'm not an approved live seller. Like all of those questions are pertinent. Hi, Lindsay. Welcome. So especially if you are new and you haven't had the chance to ask anyone or ask Jamie, who is our amazing admin extraordinaire, Flippin' Vintiques Jamie, go follow her because she knows everything about everything with Vintage Jewelry Addicts and District. But you may not have had the chance to ask those questions. So I want you guys to feel like, hey, I could ask some questions and kind of get the DL on what's going on, because I believe we're the fastest growing vintage jewelry community and marketplace on the internet. Okay. And we are a marketplace and we are a live sell community. And there's some really awesome technology that is behind all of this as powered by District. So we'll talk about that as well, especially if you're not really in the know with like what this thing is. We can also talk about that. So I'm going to share this out to the whole platform. And again, if you guys are here, let me know. Hi, Jen. What's good? How was your Monday? Debbie, how was your sale on Friday? I did see that you had a good one. And yeah, you guys, tell me what's going on. Yeah, my internet is weird. Okay, it's loading. Sorry, guys. It is a slower internet last few days. Good. Yay. You sold some stuff, as I like to say. You sold some stuff. Hi, Catherine. Welcome in. Catherine, you have been a full-blown participant, okay? You are MVP of the week. New York Catherine is MVP of the week, okay? In fact, you might be on the leaderboard, Catherine. For those of you that aren't familiar, there is a leaderboard. I'm not too intense with it. I have hopes and dreams of how to use it in the future. But the leaderboard actually showcases top sellers and top participants. So if you're, a little competitive like me, you can kind of see if you're on the leaderboard. I shout it out every once in a while because, I think we all just want each other to be awesome. Like, it's okay. And there's definitely been number one spots that have been, they've changed up. They change frequently. So let's see. I'm trying to find where New York Catherine is. Why aren't you here? Or am I just not seeing you? You're number 21, Catherine. For the month. I think for the week, you're number one. I would argue for the week, you are number one. Yeah, I can only go by month. And Debbie, I didn't know if you were aware, Debbie. Gypsy Warrior is number one for the month. Number one. I don't know if you knew. Congratulations. Congratulations. There she is. Yep. And Jody, number 2, which I don't know if Jody's going to pop in, but quick shout out. Jody is so diligent with listing in her marketplace. And the other day, I think she had like 6 sales in a day or something. It was really cool to see. It was just like, because I know like on the other side, she's getting the alerts too. So when I see the alerts, I feel like I'm the seller that's like, what? You know, I'm like, oh my God, look, they just sold all this stuff. Yes, we love High Desert Rat. Yes, we love Catherine. Catherine, you are selling tomorrow, right? Am I correct? I haven't. Yes, you are. You are at 6. So before I jump into this onboarding, just talking about Vintage Jewelry Addicts, how to use it, I will share. I've been meaning to do more live sales with you guys. I want to sell when I'm not, taking a spot, right, for the weekend. But I sell in person on the weekend, so I'm usually so exhausted. I don't want to do anything at night. But tomorrow, I'm going to jump on the train because a spot came open, and Amy of South Jersey Mama Shop organized it. And, I know how much it takes to organize a train. So we said, hey, let me take the spot. So I'm going to sell at 7 p.m. tomorrow, guys. For half an hour, you better be there. Everybody come. Everybody ride the whole train. It will be a lot of fun. I have some Whiting and Davis coin purses, and I believe I have a wallet, but I don't think it's marked wallet Whiting and Davis, but it's very Whiting and Davis style. Anyway, long story short, I'm excited to offer those up. And I have these 1970s brass buckles, guys. And I have a whole book, and I'm going to show you guys the book. It's going to be kind of like a show and tell. And so these brass buckles were made to resemble early 1900s brands, like brand ads, brand logos. And they were made almost like so they made the book to increase the value of them. So it was like they were trying to make like a Pokemon card or something, or a NFT, right? So they made this book to try to make it valuable, and it was kind of like a scam in a way. So anyway, it'll be really fun, and they're really fun belt buckles, some of them. So we will talk about those. I'm going to sell them at my lowest cost possible. So I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Catherine, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just be yourself. When in doubt, be yourself, because you know what? Life is too hard to try to be anything else. And the sooner we learn that, the happier we are. And the people that don't want to be with us because of who we are, that's okay, That's okay. That's just the natural order of things. So be you, okay, my friend? Be you. We love you for sure. I know Vintage Jewelry Addicts, we are a crew of quirky, am I right? Quirky, but loving, supportive people. And we are drama-free here. So, and I'm really proud to say that. I'm really, really proud to say that. So, embraced, as in like a hug. Oh my gosh, I wasn't sure what you meant because I know you're in New York a lot. Oh gosh, that just made my heart skip a beat. Woo! Okay, yes, for sure. Yeah, no laughing matter though. No laughing matter. So Jamie, thank you so much. Jamie is tagging a bunch of new members to our community. If you're here and you know someone who's new, please tag them just so that they know that they have been welcomed to Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So I want to, let me open up my notes because I do have official notes. I do want to really just talk really quickly about who we are and then just jump into how the platform works. So, Vintage Jewelry Addicts was founded because I noticed as a live sale community owner on Facebook. So I launched a community in 2018, that became a buy sell live sale community in 2020 during the pandemic. And what I noticed is that jewelry would sell and sell and sell and sell some more. So it was a vintage clothing and accessories community. And the jewelry, I mean, some of these sellers, they'd make like $800 a sale. And I'd be like, whoa, what's going on? And so fast forward to 2023, the platform that runs all of this, that runs Vintage Jewelry Addicts, every other marketplace you guys might be using on this app, it's called District. It started as something called In Search Of. So it was actually called ISO, which I loved because, you know, in search of, like, what's your ISO? But they had some, I think they just had some copyright issues with that. So they changed it to District, which means your district, your shopping district, your like neighborhood that you go to go shopping. And this is like a virtual neighborhood. It's a virtual shopping district. And they reached out to me. And I remember thinking, and I think I've told this story before. I remember thinking this has to be like one of those weird emails that you get when they're trying to sell you something, like, you know, it's like a business proposition. Like it's not really real. And I think I waited 2 days, and then I Googled it and I realized like it was a real thing. And I remember I wrote back and I was like, I want to get on a Zoom call. I wanted to know that like this was actually a real thing. And I CC'd the founder as well. So I got on a Zoom call with the representative who was reaching out to people in the, you know, vintage space, long story short. And then Eddie, the founder, he's a co-founder, and we, you know, talked about it. And I really saw the vision. I saw the vision of what a technology-based platform could do for people that wanted to sell in a community, that wanted to be a part of a micro community, that wanted to have the support of, you know, really rising to the top, not being lost in the sea of craziness, and being in a community that really spoke to a niche. And so I launched Vintage Jewelry Addicts actually as a clothing and accessories platform. And what ended up happening on a personal front is I left New York City. I lived in New York City for about 15 years. And I left because I was tired of it. And my now husband and I wanted to be with him. We had a long distance relationship. And so completely paused anything that had to do with District. Fast forward to January of 2024, I launched a Facebook community around vintage jewelry. And we transitioned the District community into Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So the community itself has grown, and it's grown because of the demand for vintage jewelry, because people collect and they're looking for specific brands, and they want to buy from experts. They want to buy from people that know what they're talking about. They want to have a relationship where if there's an issue, they can return it or have support. They want to buy from live sales when they can actually see the item. Like, it's unbelievable when you see a photo of something, how it changes when you see it on camera. I know many times I've looked at something in a photo and I'm like, I just can't tell. Like, I just really need to have like a 4D experience. And so when we first launched Vintage Jewelry Addicts as a live sale platform, that was April of 2024. So we're just past that 1 year mark. And that month we may have sold, if I'm not mistaken, it was like $300 or something like that. Jamie, who is our admin, she was one of the first sellers. Debbie, she started in June of 2024. Catherine, actually, you were on board very early as well. And, you know, now we sell, and I always have to give this as a disclaimer, it includes taxes and shipping. So I'm not quite sure the accurate number. I wish I could get that. But we sell on average about $20,000 a month. Some of our bigger live sale trains, we're doing about 2,000 to 2,500 for the day on those top trains. And, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot of money. When you really think about it, it's about $250,000 that we, as a very small community, still very small. Hi, Melody, welcome. Very small community are generating. And so it's really no laughing matter. It's incredible. If you're passionate about sustainability, if you're passionate about preserving history, if you're passionate about community, buying from independent sellers, like that's what Vintage Jewelry Addict stands on. And I totally believe that we will reach that 1 million mark. As the founder, I continue to put systems into place so that we grow, and so that we grow intelligently and slow and steady, which is a big belief of mine, so that as things start to happen and there's shifts and changes, we can adjust and we can make sure things continue to run smoothly. And so, we will continue to grow because we're just going to stay in it to win it. And those of us who are sellers, know that like any sales platform, there's ebbs and flows to it all. But the, mission of Vintage Jewelry Addicts is to help anyone to buy, sell, and collect more vintage jewelry. Now, guys, we also do offer accessories. I'll talk about that briefly. But we are going to continue to, serve those addicts. And by addicts, I mean, fashion lovers, accessory lovers. And we are going to continue to grow because of that love. So I want to also point out that District is the software behind Vintage Jewelry Addicts, but we are a autonomous marketplace. So, if there is a rule that we set forth, it might be different than a rule of another marketplace that you guys may or may not be a member of. I like to say, I'll just say this straight out, hey, I'm not here to police, but we are here to support you. And so if we see something, we will say something. If you ever have any questions, again, even right now, please ask, because there are no dumb questions. And of course, not everything is as clear as it could be with the infrastructure of the platform. So there's two ways, if you guys are new to District, that you can participate. You can participate on desktop, which basically is laptop, or you can participate with your phone. Now, District is still not available fully on Android. If you are an iPhone user, you're good to go. You can shop, you can buy live, you can sell live, you can upload listings live, you can do a lot of things on the iPhone app. Unfortunately, the Android app, there's still limitations as a seller, and there's no Android app for shopping, which really stinks. And every time I say that, I want to promise that it's going to come, but I don't know. I don't know why it isn't here yet. I do know that they have been working on it, and there's been adjustments. So there's new things on the Android selling app currently since last time I led this presentation, but it's not fully developed. Now, if you're an Android user, what I suggest is that if you have an iPad, to download the District app on the iPad, just so you can have the full shopping experience. But you can go on your browser. So you can go on Safari or Chrome on your phone and go to vintagejewelryaddicts.com. So our domain, guys, is vintagejewelryaddicts.com. You can also access it with this shorter domain. And I'm going to put this in the comments. And I bought this domain because I recognized that vintagejewelryaddicts.com can be misspelled. We all misspell things, right? VJAshop.com is much easier. So VJA standing for Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So if you promote a live sale or you promote this community, you can use you can use VJAshop.com. Absolutely. You can, no, you need to share it. It's not a question. Yes. So vintagejewelryaddicts.com or Catherine, VJAshop.com, which is a lot easier to remember. It's a lot easier for people to type in. So, okay. So how does our platform work? So you could be a buyer who just likes to search for what they're looking for. And that's why I'm proud. And guys, I'm going to share my screen with you. I am proud to share that we have almost 9,000 listings. Look at this. Now, guys, I wish that I could share from my phone, but I can't screen share. So this is actually my laptop. And if you guys head to the listings, you can, and I have a very slow computer today, so I apologize. You'll see it's slow. Okay. I'm just having internet issues today. You can shop by seller. You can shop by collection. You can shop the buy it nows, and you can shop the static auctions. You can also literally shuffle the homepage. So what the shuffle does is it just changes up the homepage so you can randomly find something that's awesome, like this sun, moon, and star brooch that I'm loving at this moment. It's kind of like I'm bored and I'm just going to shuffle the homepage and just see what's here. Oh my gosh. That's great. I love it. Now you can also sort by recently listed, low to high, high to low, A to Z, most viewed and trending. A lot of us will probably want to do low to high because we're bargain shoppers. Alrighty. And you can just scroll through and you can see, wow, there's 180 pages, which is outrageous. Okay. Now I designed these collections and I did them from the angle, and there may or may not be some more collections to add to really show our buyers and sellers what's allowed in the marketplace. And you guys can see that we have some very specific jewelry types. And then we also, we allow things like sunglasses and scarves and belts and bags. We also allow handmade jewelry, upcycled jewelry, watches. What else is here that is a little bit? Shoe clips, perfume bottles, vanity objects, jewelry boxes. There's going to be questions because, presumably someone might think, oh, can I have housewares here? Can I list a glass or a vase? Can I list a pair of shoes? Can I list a dress? If we see something, we'll say something. If you guys want to see the actual list of what is and isn't allowed, you need to go to the you need to go to the live sellers start here chats and scroll up, and we do have a doc, and the doc has a list of what is and isn't allowed. But generally speaking, jewelry's okay. All right. Jewelry's okay. Unless that jewelry is super recent, like Shein, Temu, right? Just like crap jewelry. I'm just going to say it. No crap jewelry. Or it's like a multi-level marketing company, which you may or may not find that in like a lot of jewelry, and you like sell it live because there it is, right? But we just don't want multi-level marketing people coming in here at any point. I think the trend has kind of passed, but there were, jewelry companies and they were trying to recruit and they were, and we just like do not want that to accidentally happen here. So no multi-level marketing companies. Although I just purchased a lot of Isabel and Chloe. Do you guys remember that? To sell at the markets, and it's pretty decent stuff. But again, we don't want any active multi-level marketing people, just because it just gets a little dicey. So yeah, no crap allowed. And what we as a community really focus on, right? I mean, we all are called vintage jewelry addicts, is the vintage, right? The stuff that it's hard to find. The Victorian jewelry, the Art Deco jewelry, the mid-century signed jewelry seems to do really well here, actually. Sterling silver. My joke is if we could rename Vintage Jewelry Addicts Sterling Silver Addicts, we would. And buyers, we have a sterling silver train once a month. It's the second Tuesday of the month. It's nothing but sterling silver because you guys love it. You love your sterling silver. We also sell Native American jewelry, gemstone jewelry. Rings are very popular. Brooches are very popular. What else is very popular? Someone tell me in the comments. I'm when I'm under pressure, I can't remember. But we have, branded ourselves as a vintage community. So vintage is still going to be the most popular. So if you are a handmade jewelry person, or, someone who upcycles, you might, it might take you a little bit longer to be seen here, and that's just my honest feedback based on over a year of us having live sellers and sellers in the community. Now, as a buyer, you might just want to buy from the live sales. And how our community works is that our weekend sellers are subscribers. We call these prime time live sales because subscribers pay a small fee to get access to a booking calendar on the weekend where they can sell as a part of a built-in train. And it's promoted, it's streamed, and typically our weekend live sales do much better with eyeballs because people are available and blah, blah, blah. During the week, we host trains, and I really try to promote them. I sometimes miss the mark. Maybe you guys just don't hear about it. We do have a newsletter. I'm going to put that link in the comments, which always talks about our trains. But if you're a buyer and you just want to know what's happening, here's what you need to do. Whether it's on your app or whether it's on desktop, you need to visit the live streams tab and then see what's going on. So if you just look at the thumbnail, you'll be able to notice, oh, there's a bags, hats, and accessories train that seems to be happening tomorrow. So that's one way. And then on Wednesday, there's something called the Vintage Mixer, which is our cross marketplace train. And then you'll see different sellers start to schedule for their live sales. So they're going to schedule either during the week or on the weekend. The weekend is typically a theme that the seller chooses for themselves. We don't create themes for the weekend. And then the trains during the week will all have a theme. So next Tuesday, we have a Weird and Wonderful train that is happening. And we also have an early morning train that happens the last Thursday of the month. So some of our sellers have started to pre-schedule those sales. So head to the live stream tab, because as a buyer, you may not see the announcements. You might not see what's happening in chat. You might not see me go live talking about it. I do suggest if you see me go live, I'm most likely talking about what's happening. So it's good to hop on. But look, we are so busy. We are so busy. Okay. I don't want you guys like driving and then trying to hop on me going live on Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Like, you can skip that. But if you just look at the live streams, then you can know, oh, my favorite seller is live at 8 p.m. on Friday. Oh, this is a train that is called the brooch train. Oh, they must be selling brooches. I love brooches. Let me make a mental note to tune in to that train next week. So that is my best advice for you guys as buyers, to stay on top of the trains. Now, our sellers, if they get to know you and they, think that you're going to like one of their live sales or a train, they might tag you in the chat just to let you know. So definitely expect that, or you might be tagged on a live sale. Of course, you don't have to come on the live sale if you're tagged, but that may or may not be something that happens, just because, again, we want to help out our buyers and let them know, like, hey, this is happening, because a lot of times you guys might not even know. So the tag can help. And yes, Catherine, assigned only. We did that like last year, but I think it's time to do another one for sure. Assigned only train is a great idea. All right. Okay. So when you guys are shopping on a live sale as a buyer, you do need to have your credit card and your shipping information uploaded before you can actually bid on anything. So this happens sometimes where it's a new buyer and they're like, oh, I want it. But then like they can't do anything. They can't bid because they don't have their credit card or their shipping address. So if you are here and you just joined, you can go to the settings and you can update your payment information. Now, the live sales, you have to use a credit card. I know, it's kind of stinky. That's industry standard. It's the same thing with Whatnot. On the marketplace, you can use PayPal. And a lot of people like to use PayPal. They just feel like it's safer. There's, a little bit more security. Totally get it. And when you go to buy something on the marketplace, you can choose PayPal. All right. So what I'm going to do is pretend to buy something here. All righty. So if I wanted to buy this gorgeous Kenneth J. Lane glass pearl necklace, oh my God, and I click buy now, right? Review and pay. I can pay with PayPal. If I click pay now, it's going to connect to my credit card. All right. Now let's say I love this necklace and I'm like, oh, but I don't know, maybe 175 is like, maybe it's a little out of my budget. You can do a few things. You can heart it and maybe, because when you heart items, the seller gets an alert, and just like on eBay, when you watch an item, that seller can actually send you an offer because you hearted it. So when I watch items on eBay, I do that intentionally so that the sellers will send me an offer. The same thing, except with hearts here on District. I guess you could compare it to Poshmark. When you heart something on Poshmark, then that seller can send you an offer. Now, you can make an offer as well. And you can make an offer based on the percentages, or you can just make your own offer. And you can be like, you know what? I'm going to shoot my shot and I'm going to send $100 offer. Now, if this seller doesn't, want that offer, they could send you a counter offer. And you guys can go back and forth until you decide what that final price is going to be. But don't be afraid to make offers. Most of our sellers, they have offers turned on. Oh, look at this Celine bag. Oh, that's beautiful. They have offers turned on so that they can negotiate with you. If you're a seller and you don't want the offers turned on, I totally get it, but I suggest it. Oh, gosh. Oh, look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. And she has offers turned on. Again, I can heart it, and maybe Catherine Alexander will send me an offer. Hi, Second Chance Treasure. Amazing. Second Chance Treasure. I don't know if you've been approved. That is a Jamie would approve you. So Flippin' Vintiques Jamie, if you want to message her, there may or may not be an issue with your application. I'm not sure. So we love vintage Gucci purses. You're speaking my language. So yeah, if you want to message Jamie, maybe your application didn't come through or something. Who knows? But yeah, I don't actually approve the applications. Jamie does. Jamie is queen of approval, so don't piss her off, okay? Amazing. So yeah, Second Chance Treasures, we do this bi-weekly buyer's welcome. We also talk about selling. We talk about things like this, like getting your application approved. We tend to approve for like once a week. So it looks like Jamie's probably checking it out tonight. So thanks for your patience. I'm glad you're excited. So if you guys are a buyer, this is a great segue. And you're like, oh, I want to be a seller. Totally cool. Apply. I will show you guys where to find how you can apply. It's very basic. We don't, review like, oh, have you sold 100 things here or whatever. the thing that is the most important is that when you answer the question, what are you going to sell, that you don't answer with something that's completely off the vintage jewelry path, right? So if you answer furniture, we're obviously going to decline your application. If you answer vintage clothing, we're going to decline your application. We are a vintage jewelry and accessories platform. So that's when we know, okay, they're not actually really like involved. They don't really know what's going on. So I would say that's where we are strict. You can always reapply. That's totally fine. Now, something we haven't done for a long time is actually remove sellers. There's no hard and fast rule, but if we see that you're not active within 4 months, we will just remove your seller status. That's it. And when you're ready, reapply. That's it. It's as simple as that. So we do get a lot of applications. We want you guys to feel like you can jump in and sell, but like if you don't, we will just remove you, because that time when I really want to know who's active, I want to make sure that it's going to be reflective of who's active. Now, if you are a seller or you want to become a seller and you want to become a live seller, Jamie, who's in the comments, again, get to know Jamie. She's amazing. She hosts many live sales here as well. We'll send you information on how to get your live sale button turned on, which gives you the power to go live. It's a pretty simple process. If you feel like, oh, I need support, I don't know how to sell live, we do offer coaching. So message me or message Jamie. You do have to pay for it. It's not free, or you have to become a subscriber, tier 2, but that is available for you. Now, if you are wanting to become a live seller, you can sell anytime Monday through Thursday, but to sell on the weekends, you have to become a subscriber. So it's really a nominal fee. It's $10 a month. And all you have to do is hit the subscription button and choose your tier. Now it shows me as tier 3. So I'd have to open another browser to show you all the tiers, but you'll see the tiers. Now, becoming a subscriber, you can cancel, so you don't have to stay as a subscriber. But we do statistically see that our subscribers are the top sellers. And so if you feel like that's what you want to be here, you want to sell on the weekend, you want to build your audience buzz, jump in on the trains during the week, which anyone can. You don't have to be a subscriber, or make your own, Tuesday night live sale where you go live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Then we suggest that you become a subscriber as well as build during the week. I think it's a great both and opportunity. Hey, if you don't want to spend $10 a month to sell on the weekends and you just want to build during the week, we love it. You don't have to let anyone know that you're going live. Just go live. We always suggest, hey, watch for the trains, but it's okay. Again, it's not, if you schedule a live sale and like a train's happening, just know that you might not get as many viewers. That's it. Because again, we're not really here to police you. We want you to feel like, okay, this is an easy place for me to sell. And again, if you're a buyer and you just want to watch for a few months and then apply, that's totally fine. So again, we hope that you feel encouraged as a buyer to also be a seller, but you don't have to be. But if that feels like that might be something for you in the future, just know that that is open to you. Awesome. We would love, I will follow you, Second Chance. I think I can follow you from here. Yes. Boom. Followed. Amazing. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so back to my notes. So when you place an order with District as a buyer, heads up is that you will get an email. And that email will have your order confirmation, that total of the order with taxes, with shipping. When that seller ships the item and uses the District shipping interface or uploads the tracking information, District will also let you know when the item has been shipped. Finally, District will let you know when the item has been delivered. which I love, because if you're like me and either you live in the city or you have a, P.O. box or something, you want to know when your stuff is on its way. So here's a purchase I made. Your order is on the way. I can track the package direct from my email, right? It says who I bought it from, how much I spent, my taxes, shipping cost, obviously where it was shipped. That's my P.O. box, blah, blah, blah. And then when your item delivers, and guys, welcome to my inbox. It's insane. It's insane. Where did my new seller application? Hold on. I just had some stuff deliver. I swear, guys. I can't find it. Okay. Well, anyway, you will get an email when your graduation ring from Jamie of Mid-Century Wasted, and it gave me an email 6 hours ago that my order has been delivered. So I know that it's at my P.O. box right now. So always be on the lookout for that. Here's another one and another one that all delivered today. And I just think that's such a great feature that district has, so that you as a buyer, you know, hey, when my stuff is coming, you know, clear in writing what you bought, how much it costs, etc. Now, as a buyer, if you want to review the video receipts of what you bought, I'm going to show you guys how. It's a little difficult. I wish it were easier. I'm not going to lie. Wish it were easier. Let me open this up right now. Okay. No, that's my seller. Hold on. Let me go to my, 1 second. So this is a fairly new, feature with District. We did not have video receipts for a while. Okay, let me see here. So what you do, guys, so here is, again, desktop. This will be, this is only accessible on desktop if you want to look at the video receipt, just FYI. You go to your orders. That's your photo, upper right-hand corner. You click orders. This page will show your orders. You click the order. And then do you guys see here? It has the time. The time is military time. So 2055 is about 8:55. You open it up. And then it shows you the item that you bought, that the seller, as long as they were holding it while the bid was running, while the auction was running, I'm sorry, then you know exactly what it is that you bought. Now, I still have a rule for sellers to have at least one photo with all of their live sale auctions. I've been saying this for a few weeks now. We may or may not change that. There might be a poll, something just to see how you guys feel, because the video receipts exist. But that photo will help you as a buyer when you look at your orders to remember what it is that you bought, and also to help the seller to remember what it is that they sold you. But if you ever, if there's not a photo or you're just confused, you can go into your orders and this timestamp will be on the top. Yes, you can click photo. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, no, it did not play the video for me. Rose, are you talking about on iPhone? Because I did not know that, if that was correct. And then if you guys have an issue with something, you can report an issue, and it will report directly to district. All right, guys. If you message me or Jamie, we will send you to that page. Just because most likely the seller will not respond to us. But just know that as a buyer, you do have buyer seller protection here in the platform, so that if something isn't shipped, if they ship the wrong thing, if there's just a major issue, you can report that to district. And then click video and hit the arrow to play. No, open. Then click video. That's what I did though, Rose. I think you might be telling me something that I did just talk about and show. Which, yeah. Totally cool. Okay, so what was I going to say? Okay, so that, guys, we have a laundry list of things. Yes, thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, I think you hopped in after I had showed that. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about with shipping, okay, guys, is that what is so great, this is actually really important. What is so great about District as a platform and how they empower marketplaces like Vintage Jewelry Addicts to create a better buying and selling environment for you guys is that our sellers can refund you. So if there is a shipping overcharge, more than likely that seller is going to refund you. But what District has in place is something called progressive shipping. And so what that means is that typically after that first purchase, you are charged a nominal fee for every item after that. So imagine that I go into Wishlist Rose's live sale and I buy one item. So I might be charged $6 for that first item. But then I go and buy 3 more. Why would I be charged $6, again, right? Like $12? No, 50 cents, 75 cents an item, something super nominal. And that really helps the buyer to be like, cool, my shipping cost is lower. That helps the buyer, or that helps the seller to cultivate relationships with you guys. But then the best part is, let's say that Rose does a marathon of 3 sales in a row and she doesn't print my shipping label, and I buy from her today, tomorrow, and the next day. That progressive shipping is still turned on. So let's say I buy 3 items from her today, 3 items from her tomorrow, and 3 items from her the next day. So the first item I buy today is $6. Every item after that is 50 cents or whatever her progressive shipping is until she prints my shipping label. And then the progressive shipping discount closes and it starts afresh with $6 for the first item. So other platforms, Whatnot, don't allow this. If I buy from Rose and Whatnot over 3 shows, I'm charged full shipping for each show, which is really annoying because jewelry, you can pack a lot into a bag and that bag might just be $10. And so I don't want to have to spend $10 each show. I don't want to have to spend $30 shipping when I could just spend $10 across 3 shows. So, right, I mean, I think it's the best part. It's the most logical part to, helping customers to continue to buy from you, So we hope that you guys really enjoy that feature. I will say personally that our sellers, they are almost perfectionists about shipping. If they notice an overcharge, you get 50 cents back. If you want, if you want the seller to hold the package and you message them, they'll hold the package. It's a very communicative place. It's a very caring, people-oriented place. And Rose, that sucks. That really sucks. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I mean, all platforms have their pros and cons. Like truly, I think anyone who's a seller should be selling wherever it's best for them. But I hope that anyone who's a buyer and a seller really takes advantage of the progressive shipping, because you can do a live sale every day of the week and say, hey guys, I'm going to keep your packages open. We have some sellers, they go live twice a week. And then they ship on Monday. And so they tell their customers, hey, I'm going live Tuesday and Thursday, and I ship on Monday. So that if they get any marketplace orders, anything after those Tuesday, Thursday shows, they still have the progressive shipping open for those customers. So they might buy something from their marketplaces and then they add it into the package. It's genius. It just comes down to like communicating, using the tools that district has made available to us. So yes, awesome. And welcome, Jenna. Thanks for popping in. Thank you for popping in. So again, guys, I've been chatting now for almost an hour. Thank you for being here. I'm Samantha. I'm founder of Vintage Jewelry Addicts. And hi, I love your emoji. And this is one of many to come, just bi-weekly buyers welcome. I'm going to say the same stuff over and over again. I hope that we attract tons of new buyers that pop in and, want to get to know what Vintage Jewelry Addicts is all about. I'm going to leave you with this, guys, because many of you, again, may or may not be able to check the chat channels or pop on my founders chats, and you might not really be in the know with what's happening. The best way to be in the know with what's happening is to sign up for our newsletter. And I promote it at least once a week in some way. I just put it in the chat so that if you can type that out in some way on a Safari or Chrome, whatever, it will open up a landing page so that you can sign up for the newsletter. I send these newsletters. It's like the quickest newsletter you'll ever. It's the flyer. It's the train. It's a link. It might be like a very short blurb. Like it's not even really a letter, guys. It's just like but it lets you know, oh, today is the Necklace Club trade. Oh, tomorrow is the Cross Marketplace trade. Oh, Sterling Silver train is happening at 5 p.m. today. And I just think people open their emails. We open our emails. We look at our emails. We like look at the headline. We keep it moving, but it will let you guys know what's happening so that if you're not checking the app because you have app overload, at least via the email if you want to check out what's happening. So sign up for the newsletter. Yes, so I will put it in the chat because right now I don't think you guys can click it. You would just have to kind of type it in somewhere else. So if you guys go into our community chat, I'm going to put it right there. And then from there, you should be able to click it and open. So if you guys go to this chat and then you see my last chat in the channel, and then you click to open. All right. And then if you put in your email and you put in your name, you will sign up for the newsletter and you will get a replay to how to authenticate sterling silver. Right. And you can also play it here if you want. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You can't play it here. That's the screenshot. So we hope that you guys sign up just because, again, yeah, I totally understand app overload. Who here has app overload? Me, app overload. Okay, so I think that's everything. Last time we had a ton of, hi, Angela. Last time we had a ton of questions. I am happy to answer any question, even if you feel like it's dumb. Don't feel dumb or don't feel like you can't answer. I see a great message from Rose. Oh, you can. Thanks, Rose. I didn't know you could do that in the chat. Thank you. So Rose just sent me a screenshot that you can click that link and copy it from the chat and then open it elsewhere. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, back to school is now. And I was thinking that myself about just, traffic to the sales and everything. Love it. My number one suggestion is to dive into the deep end before you're ready. Sometimes you just gotta throw 30 items on a table and go, we're doing this. So for anyone who wants to become a seller, just know that you can upload live. You do not have to preload. I suggest preloading because I think people like to see what's going to be in the show and people pre-bid. But if you are so busy because you got kiddos, you got baseball practice, you have whatever is going on in your life, we all have lots of things, and you just want to upload in the moment, as long as you take that one photo before you run that auction, you're good. You're totally good. When you list in the marketplace, we want a front and a back. We prefer more photos, but just a front and a back minimum. So my Thursday and Friday night are our grandkids games. That's great. That's awesome, Rose. Oh, never get discouraged, because one show will be 15 and the next will be 5. I have had live sales. So I've had $0 live sales, and I've had $900 live sales. Not here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts, but just in general. So it really can be the tides of the season. August has been slower, but people are on vacation. It's been a slower month. Guys, our biggest month, or one of our biggest months this year, was January. January is supposed to be the slowest month. It happened to be one of our biggest. So you just don't know, and you just have to keep showing up. Back to what, I don't know if Catherine's still here, but just be yourself. Don't worry. If people don't like you, they don't like you. It's fine. I don't like mustard. I'm not a mustard person. That's okay. We're not here to be, everyone's favorite live seller. We're here to connect with the buyers. We're here to connect with the sellers that, are meant for us. So it's totally fine. Do not judge yourself and make it a popularity contest. Just be the best seller you can be. Cinderella, welcome. Oh, that's awesome. Tips for steaming. That's awesome. Well, Jenna, remember we don't sell clothes here. Vintage Jewelry and Accessories. I don't know how much you were listening to this. So we are jewelry and accessories, not clothing. No clothing. Although I do sell clothing, but no clothing here. Hi, Cinderella. Oh, streaming. Oh, see, I that's hilarious. I saw steaming and I'm like, oh, she must mean steaming clothes, which I like steaming clothes. It's very relaxing. Tips for streaming. Yes, there's lots of tips, but the most important one is to be yourself and have fun. Be yourself and have fun. And, the more that you show up and the more consistent you are, people will be there with you. So that's my advice. So guys, it's about 9:07. I've been live for about an hour. Do we have any questions? I appreciate those of you that have been chatting. Jenna, Cinderella, Rose, you guys are awesome. Welcome. Diane, welcome. I just saw your name. Welcome to Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Welcome to our corner of the internet. If you didn't already sign up for our newsletter, I'm going to put that in the chat one more time, because that will help you guys to stay in touch. We have 2 trains this week. Tomorrow is our bags and accessories train. So that's like bags and hats and belts and scarves. And what else do we allow? Gloves, perfume bottles, jewelry boxes. And then Wednesday is our cross marketplace train with Virtual Antiques Marketplace. That there's no real theme other than, hey, it's a networking event. We're calling it the Vintage Mixer. So every seller will have a different theme. They're 30-minute shows. We go back and forth between communities. So we raid Vamp and Vamp raids us, and back and forth. And it's a lot of fun, because you guys here in Vintage Jewelry Addicts get to meet the Vamp people, and vice versa. And Misty, who owns Vamp, she's incredible. They are, I think, the number 2 or number 3 biggest community here on District. And we are so honored to be able to collaborate with them. So Tuesday and Wednesday, mark your calendars, because there's going to be a lot of activity happening here at Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Vanity items, yes, like mirrors. And what else is vanity? I guess hairbrush, like vintage hairbrushes, which I don't think anyone has listed one of those. I need to see a vintage hairbrush. So guys, I will end on this. So you never know what you're going to find with Vintage Jewelry Addicts. So my alma mater are the Owls, and that's because they my alma mater is Temple in Philadelphia, and it started as a night school. So I like to buy owls. So this is a stained glass brooch, guys. Yes, it's an owl, and it's really big. I had no idea how big it was. I'm gonna have to figure out like a heavy wool coat for this to stay put, because if I put it on a shirt, the shirt is gonna sag. But it is so cool. This is from Elsie of the Thrifting Teacher. I'm obsessed with it. I bought this for my personal collection because, I mean, where else am I going to get a stained glass owl? Where? Nowhere. Only Vintage Jewelry Addicts. Jenna, I'm so happy. Welcome. We appreciate you. Thank you for saying that. This is a fairly new endeavor. So I will be hosting these every other week. And, you know, again, slow and steady growth over here. And we are doing great things. So we welcome you. We totally welcome you. It's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's a crazy brooch. All right, guys. It is so big. It's actually it feels like it's half a pound. I'm not going to lie. It feels, I'm like, this is pretty heavy. I mean, the pin itself is, do you see? Anyway, so fun. So many fun things. Please have a wonderful night, guys. I will see you personally at 7:00 on tomorrow's train, the bags and accessories train. I'm really excited. And just so you guys know, I do go live every Friday at 12 noon, and I announce different things, talk to you guys. So I'm live at least once a week, and that's always on Friday. So I will see you guys again, okay? Have a great night. And Jamie, thank you for tagging. Guys, go follow Jamie of Flippin' Boutiques Jamie. She approves all the applications. She will handle, general questions. If we can't help you or she can't help you, she'll send it to me. And she is available for, most concerns in the community. So yes, thank you, Jamie. All right, guys. Good night. Bye. Hi, Daya, I didn't know you were here. Please watch the replay. Thank you, my friend. Bye, guys.